Welcome, guys. Welcome to Educating Angel. This is, in fact, our second episode, and I'm so happy that you are here with me. And like I was saying, guys, I'm really happy because it is a Friday night, on a cold Friday night. And even though all these things are fact here in New York City, my lovely audience still came out to party with your girl, and that means a lot to me, guys. Give it up for yourselves. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So today on Educating Angel, we're going to be educating ourselves and me, but, you know, mostly you, but a little bit of me, because I feel like we're one. And we're going to be educating ourselves on what it means to have a healthy relationship, not only with ourselves, but cultivating them with other people around us. And that starts with us and understanding. And I mean that seriously, guys. It means understanding what other people really, really are trying to say to us. So I'm going to take a seat because, you know, it's really heavy. Uh-oh, carpets. Sorry. So if you find, guys, that in everyday conversations, getting on the train, and it's a really big deal. You're getting on the train, you're getting off the train, y'all running into each other, they run into you. If you don't live in a place where there's subways, you've seen enough TV shows here in our city to know that's not orchestrated by TV. That's actually how we get on and off the trains. We bump into each other. We don't say excuse me. We look at each other like you didn't feel my shoulder touch your entire body. But we still don't say excuse me. We're not treating ourselves and each other great. We're not giving each other the opportunity to be as phenomenal as we can be and just have a positive day. Before you guys tuned in, I was talking to the audience about a personal experience, and I just told them I just learned that it feels amazing to replace a negative and condescending tone of voice and, you know, term with a positive term. For example, you know how you're running late somewhere, or you've gotten somewhere absolutely late, and you want to say, I'm so sorry for being late. Like, I'm really, really sorry. As opposed to saying, I'm sorry for being late, try saying, thank you for waiting for me. It's simple. It sounds like, okay, but I'm so serious, I promise you. It feels amazing. And that's not just like, oh, she's on TV. No, it's not. I'm serious. I live in New York. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. And if you know anything about Brooklyn, we're nice people if we know you already, which means that we're not really nice people. But we do like to get to know each other as New Yorkers from all ages. So I think if you have the chance to do that, guys, please take a moment to try to say something positive, and that reflects on you. And give a person in front of you the opportunity to smile. It's gonna feel amazing. And to that end, I have a very special guest here with me today, and we're gonna be talking about both comfortability as well as confidence. I know it sounds a little arrogant, so bear with me, guys, but it takes a lot of confidence to really sit and be quiet. Because we all have something to say. We all have something to say, and we feel that what I have to say is important. It means everything. And it's not that what you're saying doesn't mean anything, it's just that what I'm saying means more. And it's not a mean thing, it's just like I care about me most. So what I'm saying matters most. It's not arrogant, it's honest. Let's just be honest with each other. You gonna be honest with each other or we're not? So I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like listening to people talk. I don't like listening to people talk. I don't like listening to people talk because I feel like they speak from a place of emotion. And my dad told me when I was 6 years old, always listen to your heart, but bring your head with you. Because logic and emotion go hand in hand, two sides of the same coin. So now we're gonna bring out my incredible, incredible guest who's gonna talk to us all about that, from the businessman aspect of life to just being a man in New York, in Brooklyn, in America right now with all the political climate happening. And that gentleman is Reginald Noelle.
Thank you.
Squeeze this. He's cute, right? Eye candy for y'all all the time. All the time. Thank you for coming to see me today. Oh my goodness, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
I'm feeling great. I thought my voice was deep, but I guess not. So, okay. So I just want to hop right into it. Tell us who you are and where you're from.
My name is Reginald Noelle. I am from Brooklyn, New York. Born and raised all day, every day.
Ooh. No, I'm not gonna. I was gonna hit a Biggie line, but you know we might not have clearance for that. We might not have clearance for that. I don't have my ass cap linked to this one just yet. Y'all, that's my radio show, but we're gonna get into it. So I brought you here today, which I was just telling everyone, to speak about confidence and comfortability. Now, if you guys don't know, which I didn't get a chance to mention, so this incredible, incredible young man owns his own fitness gym. It's a kickboxing gym based in Brooklyn, New York. Obviously, we're very proud of where we come from. Yeah. And it teaches you all about life. I know that sounds like a big, whole life, yes. It teaches you about life. It teaches you about loving yourself and about treating other people with love, which is a way of life. So it teaches you about life. So tell us what it's like to be a business owner.
It is amazing. It's a lot of responsibility, a lot of hard work, but at the end of the day, you see the results of what you put in. You definitely get back and then some. When I first opened up, I actually didn't expect that my members would actually look towards me as an expert for guidance and just that whole community feel that we have here in Brooklyn. So it has been an amazing experience.
Oh, see? I like when people speak nice to people, especially when they're not around, because you can say anything when nobody's looking. I mean, not that I would. Don't give me those, y'all can't see them, but their faces was like, don't give me that face. I'm just being honest. I thought we was gonna be honest. That was the agreement we made 10 minutes ago. Let's be honest. So what I was saying was confidence and comfortability. Do you think that in this world there is a lack of confidence and comfortability with people when they have to communicate with one another?
Sometimes, but I think it's more within oneself. Not so much in communicating with other people, but the confidence that they feel within their own skin. That they always feel like sometimes I have to do things a certain way to make other people feel comfortable with me as a person, not really doing what they feel is comfortable for them to do. So kind of 50-50 on that.
50-50 on that? All right. Well, if you feel 50-50 on that, then I'm going to give you a scenario. Small scenario. Just, and guys, feel free to tell me if you think yes or no. Small scenario. A person comes into your gym and they say, listen, I'm getting married. I'm getting married. I want to drop 50 pounds. I already bought my wedding dress. My husband, he looks fine. He looks amazing. That's why I'm marrying him. But I need to drop 50 pounds because, and then they go into this whole story. The whole story about their parents, people don't accept them. Do you think that that's really about them wanting to look like really good in their wedding dress, or do you think it's about other people looking at them in their wedding dress?
I think it's about other people looking at them in their wedding dress, and then them feeling like they're not disappointing the people who are coming to see them, as well as whoever they're marrying. Okay.
So would that be on the side of, and this is why I asked that, because a lot of times what you guys probably have put together is they kind of go hand in hand. Being comfortable, you know what I mean, and having confidence usually go hand in hand.
Right.
So do you think a person can have one without the other? Like a person could be confident but not comfortable in who they are, or vice versa?
Yeah.
Why? I don't think that. I'm so sorry I set you up. I don't think that. I think if you are comfortable in who you are, that has to come with a certain level of confidence. A certain part of you got to be like, I'm dope. To a certain extent, you got to like yourself. If you like yourself, you can speak to people because you treat people the way you treat yourself. If you don't like yourself, you're bad to yourself.
Right.
If you don't like people, you're bad to people. So give that to me, because in the gym, you teach this. You teach this. Be confident, be ready.
Right.
You know, we're gonna show you guys in just a little bit, we're gonna have a demonstration about pad work. So that's a part of being confident and ready, that the person is gonna smack you in the face with the pads. So seriously, because when I asked somebody to volunteer, they were like, I'm like, you won't get punched. 3 hands went up. I'm like, okay, well, it was about the confidence.
Well, I think it's about the environment as well. So when somebody comes to the gym, that's my domain. So,
Okay.
you know,
Okay.
that's not theirs. So even though like if somebody confront them on the street, they might knock them out because they're confident they can. But in the gym now, it's about me performing and there's other people watching me. So depending on the environment, I feel that affects eventually, ultimately how someone reacts and how they feel and what they're doing.
So what can we do as people? What can we do? Give us and I obviously this is in your opinion and what you've experienced in life, and being a person, an adult out here, and running a business and teaching people literally temperament, like how to hit hard, how to hit soft, fast, slow, just really take the punches and roll with them. What advice can you give to people in terms of really acquiring that confidence and that comfortability in their skin?
Mainly like, so I feel like discretion is overrated. So people do things.
Wait. You must be a fan of social media.
No.
Wait, so discretion is overrated?
Yeah.
Okay, give me more.
So I feel like people do things with the expectations of wanting to feel a certain way.
Okay.
So sometimes when that expectation is not met, then their confidence is dropped down. They may start up here, but then they drop down here because it's not met.
It's not met.
Right.
Okay, I absolutely understand.
So in terms of people feeling confident, I say kind of like just accept. Just do more of accepting, you know.
Guys?
Of where you're at.
Yes?
And then understanding where you want to get to.
Absolutely. So in a clear-cut sentence, a great way to become more confident and have more comfortability in your skin and who you are is to become more accepting.
Yes.
Of
not knowing. Of not knowing, being able to do, not being comfortable with yourself. Just accept that. If that's what it is, and that's what it is.
Right. If it is what it is, it is what it is. Sorry, guys. That's it. I know you guys are watching all over New York and in New Jersey, but it is what it is. Absolutely. So I want to do the demonstration. I like hitting stuff. I know, don't judge me. I like hitting things. Listen, after you see them hit some things, you're gonna realize a couple hours in your job, and you're like, oh, I'm quitting this job.
I mean, that's some of the things our members do for they love.
When they come in.
They love hitting stuff.
When I go in, I'm like, I'm hitting everything.
Yeah.
I hope I can hit some stuff that I wasn't allowed to hit last week. You put new bags up? Y'all got some new stuff going on? I want to hit some new things. I know that sounds bad, but think of it this way. When you're on the train, like we were saying a little while ago, somebody bumps you, we're going to be honest with each other. So I want y'all to raise your hand. How many of you feel real good when you get to bump them back? Keep it a buck. I like that. I like the honesty. I know the camera caught. I like the honesty. Sometimes you hit them back and you like, oh, that felt nice. Bet you won't do that to the next person get off the train. They got videos out now. They got videos out on the MTA little app. Like, please, you exit left and let them in right. You know, it's like, it's turned into a thing on the block. So before I get into any more chatterbox with my runny mouth, we're going to have Adrian and a volunteer who volunteered earlier when he realized he wasn't going to get hit, Thomas. And they're going to show us some pad work, and Adrian's going to explain to us which hits they're doing and hopefully how nice it feels to hit somebody.
Yeah. Somebody?
Nobody in particular, eh? Nobody in particular. Nobody in particular, guys. Stay tuned. We'll be back in 2 minutes, and you're going to see some amazing handwork. Hand-eye coordination on deck. Confidence and, comfortability. Thank you so much. Hi, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back to Educating Angel. And as I said before we left, we are here with Adrian and Thomas, and they're going to give us a demonstration of what we call a 6, which is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 style of punching, okay? So pay close attention so you can learn how to punch people in the face or wherever you'd like.
All right, so Tom,
Yes.
you left or right-handed?
Right-handed.
All right, so you have your left foot forward. All right, hands up, elbows in, chin down, and give me a slight pivot to your right. All right, so when you punch, one hand connects, one hand connects, one hand protects, all right? So we're gonna do a jab first. Jab, come around with a cross, give me a hook, and a hook, uppercut, uppercut with your, there you go, your left, and uppercut with your right. Good. Again, jab, cross, hook, hook, uppercut, uppercut. All right, speed up a little bit, right? Just a little bit, ready? Jab, cross, hook, hook, uppercut, uppercut. Good. Again, jab, cross, hook, hook, uppercut, uppercut. Good.
Give a little round of applause for Tom, guys. Ladies, literally, ladies, I have a phenomenal woman coming up here, and I do mean woman. She's a grown up. And she's gonna take her scarf. She changed her mind. Who else raised their hand? There we go. See there, give her a round of applause, guys. I wanted you guys to see that kickboxing is not just for men, it is also for women. It is for any person who wants to know how to defend themselves of any gender. Come on up here, sweetie, and tell me what's your name. Diane. Hi, Diane. Say hi to the people.
Hello. I don't know where I'm going. Bye.
Hi. So we're going to bring you right around here, and we're going to let you put those gloves on, too. We're going to teach you that same 6 count, and then we're going to take a nice look at 2 absolute newbies, guys. I mean amateurs to the core. We're going to take a nice look at how they're learning this on the spot, because they are literally learning this on the spot. I mean, it doesn't get any more realistic than this. Okay, you guys ready?
You ready?
All right, let's give it the same lineup.
All right, so same thing. Diane? All right, Diane, left or right-handed?
Right.
All right, so left foot forward.
Okay.
All right, you're gonna widen your stance just a little bit. Make sure you're comfortable in the center there. All right, so you're gonna put your hands up, elbows in, chin down. All right, slight pivot, but keep your hands forward. There we go.
When your friends are in the audience, when your friends are in the audience.
So you're gonna jab with the left hand, okay? So you give a jab with the left, straight, good. Give me a cross, good. Give me a hook.
Okay, I'll look.
So you're gonna come across like this, yep, across the body, elbows up, palm facing you. Ready? So hook, hook, so elbow up. There you go, palm facing you. There we go. And you're gonna do an uppercut. Uppercut. All right, everybody loves
Natural, natural. Shit, natural. All right, give it a little speed to it.
All right, let's do
Little
that. Ready?
speed.
Jab, cross, hook, hook, uppercut, uppercut. Good.
Okay. She said, oh, okay. Okay, my shoulders loose. Okay. Give it to him, D.
Ready? Jab, cross, hook, hook, uppercut, uppercut. Good.
So let's do a double. Let's do a double.
No, we don't know.
No, it's the same thing. It's the same thing, except no pause at the end. Do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Okay,
and I'm done with you. And then
Ready?
I'm done with you.
Okay.
So jab, cross, hook, hook, uppercut,
Again.
uppercut, jab, cross,
Ooh,
hook, hook, uppercut,
like
uppercut.
a pro, girl. Yes, that was lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You can put them right here.
Thank you.
Adrian, it was such a pleasure to have you here with me
Yes, it
today,
was.
guys. I want you to look into the camera and say, I teach people how to hurt people. No, I'm just playing. Don't say that. I want you to look into the camera and say, I teach people how to give themselves self-confidence,
I teach
self-love.
themselves, I give them self-confidence and self-love.
Yes, I
Okay.
teach people how to love themselves and I teach people how to give themselves self-confidence and self-love. You got me mixing up my homework.
Yeah, me too. I teach people how to give self-confidence and
And-
self-love.
Absolutely. To
There
the
you go.
So, guys, we're going to go away for a short break, and we'll be right back in 2 more minutes with another guest, but far less punching. Hey, guys. Welcome back. This is Educating Angel, and I am your host. In fact, Angel, hence the name, guys. Peep the logo. I hope you like it. It means so much to me. So we had an incredible demonstration 2 minutes ago. If you guys didn't see it, feel free to rewind because, you know, all the apps let you rewind now. So look at it. It was with an incredible gentleman who owns his own gym. And we're going to give it up one more time for Adrian Noelle, guys. One more round of applause for him. He had a great time. We had a great time with him, and we were talking about, you know, being comfortable and being confident in who you are. And that's actually two sides of the same coin, but you know what? That's actually one coin in the bag of plenty of money in the world of self-wealth. And the next beautiful person that I'm going to bring to the stage is going to be talking to, look at me, to the stage. That's how you know I'm a performer. That's how you know I'm a performer, guys. If you've ever been to any events, you've seen me hosting events live. This is not a stage. This is a beautiful television set and platform that I'm going to sit back down because you know how I feel about it. I do it nice. Anyways, I'm going to bring this young woman out, and we're going to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart very personally, which is human reactions. I am impulsive. I told you I'm going to be honest with you. I'm impulsive. I am a very impulsive person, and I say that to say all the people who design Walmarts and Kmarts that make the impulse aisle when you go into the register, they do that for people like me. One, I go in there for 2 things, 3 things. We've all been there. Family Dollar, Dwayne, any store you go to, you go in there for 1 or 2 things, and you always come out with more. And that's okay. That's okay, because, you know, sometimes you have the money to spend. But I am literally the person that has everything I need. I'm online. I am 2 people from the register. I look to my left. I'm like, there's just those plastic bowls where it's just stuff in it. Reminds me of Halloween, and I'm like, ooh. I'll take one of those. Hey, I'm gonna grab one of those too. And it's just, it's completely impulse. I don't need it. I spend the money. I walk out of the store, and I'm like, immediately guilty. I feel so guilty the moment I walk out of the store, and I'm like, you didn't need that. You didn't need that. You actually didn't need half of the things you bought, but at least you are going to use those. This is lotion. You have lots of lotion. You have lotion in the bag you're carrying. Why'd you buy more? They make those out for people like me. But that's a part of human reaction. And what we're going to be talking about the most today with your human reaction is your fight or flight response. If you're not familiar with that, fight or flight is very literal. It's that little voice in your head that we've all acknowledged through some sort of meme on Instagram. I know that's not how you pronounce it. Don't come for me, guys. It's how I pronounce it. Some meme on Instagram where it's like, whose voice is that you hear when you're reading things in your head? Because it's not your voice. It's a voice in your head, but it's not your tone of voice. Whose voice is that? That's the same voice that tells you whether you should run when you see danger coming, like me and my people. You know, you don't have to tell us what we're running for. If enough people are running, so are we. We'll find out what happened when we stop. We'll find out what happened after we stop. We don't care. We're just not going to stand in the line of danger and to find out what's happening. But that's what human reaction is about. Your fight or flight. You're going to stand and fight, or you're going to run away. And I think a lot of times when it comes to verbal communications and verbal assaults and conflict, so to speak, we tend to think there are only 2 things we can do with our emotions. Either we hold them in, or we throw them in somebody's face. Either I'm going to say absolutely nothing, or I'm going to quite literally bark on you, like just speak to you in the worst fashion, because I can, and what are you gonna do? And that's not the way to think about it, but that's exactly how you feel. You're like, what are you gonna do? Nothing, you're gonna do nothing. I'm just yelling at you, you can handle it. Kindergartners can handle it. Becky, sit down. Like, kindergartners can handle it, you can handle it. You're not gonna do anything. It makes us feel really comfortable to do really, really mean things because we feel like, I'm just talking, how bad could it be? Really bad. Really bad. The same way a kind word can make a person smile and make their whole day, A negative word can make a person frown and wonder, do I want to live to see another day? Because we don't know what else is going on with them. So we are going to talk about fight or flight with an incredible, now she has definitely retired. She's been in this field of psych and social work and sociology at Johns Hopkins for over 15 years. She's done so many amazing things, and she's now living her dreams outside of retirement, which is something we're also going to talk about before she leaves, because, you know, you get to have 7 careers in a lifetime, so I figure she's on like 4. She's got like another 3 before she decides what she's going to sail off into the sunset with. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Nikki Muhammad.
Hello.
Hi.
How are
Hi,
you, darling?
How are
Hi,
you?
everyone. How
Hi,
are you?
guys.
Good. Pardon my attire. If I knew we was going to be had on my gown and my heels, but you know, it's a little cold out.
It is a little cold.
Yeah.
Didn't we talk about that?
A lot cold out.
I actually told them, I'm like, it's freezing outside. We're here in New York. I got a dress on. This is misleading, y'all, but it's freezing. It is
really cold.
freezing outside.
Yeah.
And the weather didn't even play fair. It was like driving down the street, you doing 90, you see state trooper, whoop, 55.
Yeah. Yeah.
no transition, a day, 15 hours tops.
Yeah.
You're like, I need a...
It's cold. I
This
went
went
from
from
a tank
tank
top to a scarf, a full
to
scarf.
sweater, scarf, and a whole coat. You like, I need a Sherlin
Right.
or a North Face.
Fix myself here.
You figure out what I'm doing.
camera,
You look
sorry.
amazing. You
Thank
can
you.
see yourself on the camera.
Yeah, I'm gonna
you
make
look
sure to-
amazing. So I was telling them a little bit about you and about social work, and I wanted to talk about, you know, fight or flight. I know you've seen a lot of different people come across your desk, come in and out of your office, and they've been hurting. Hurt people. They're hurting. So in this situation, is it often that you see people lash out, or is it more often that they kind of get real quiet and kind of run away when they are faced with conflict?
Well, it depends on the situation. It depends on the individual.
Uh-oh.
It depends on the age. It depends on so many different aspects and levels to why someone will make that decision at that moment. And it's so unpredictable that you can have someone who might have had a certain character their whole life, and then at that moment changed, whether it's negative or positive. So it really depends on, it can depend on anything. Anything.
Okay, so are we like impulsive, mindless drones? I say that and it sounds mean. I say that and it sounds mean, but I feel like you may know where I'm coming from. She like, no, it don't sound mean.
No.
It don't sound mean at all. It sounds like something that you could say, but we were talking about the train. It was a great analogy, but just here in New York, but not only in New York,
right.
Even in, you know, places that are a little more rural, a little more suburban, there are more people in cars, less people on foot. Like, for instance, New Jersey. If you're walking around New Jersey, and you're in New York, you're looking down at your phone, you can walk into the back of somebody. In New Jersey, you'd be like, there are no people outside. Is this the purge? There's no people outside. It gets maybe it's just me.
No.
When I know I get really nervous. There's no people outside. It could just be me, y'all.
No,
I might have revealed the secret.
I kind of might pay attention to that. I might not get nervous, but I may pay attention to that. I'm very keen and paying attention to everything. So,
right, I get nervous.
But no, people are naturally impulsive. That has to do with your upbringing. That has to do with your where you were raised. At the very highest, at the very least, your home, and you know what you come out of.
So are you a big fan of the nature versus nurture? They say nature, meaning your environment, really tells you who you are, and nurture is more of your parents. How are they treating you? How are they raising you? What morals are they instilling in you?
It's still the same. It's still the same. It's equal. It's 50-50.
See,
It's
I like these answers. I like these answers.
Because it's an individual thing. It's an individual choice. It's an individual battle. It's an individual struggle. It has, you have people that grew up in unfortunate homes and they grew up to be CEOs and multimillionaires, and you have people who grew up in multimillionaire homes and they grew up to be crackheads or drug addicts. So it's just that extreme, just like that, cut and dry. No if or ands, no black, no gray area, straight like that.
So you could come from, and I'm asking this because, guys, I don't come from a silver spoon family. You could come from money, and it may sound like yes, but I have to ask this question out loud. You could come from money because a lot of people feel like, especially if you're online, you're like, money will solve every one of my problems.
No.
Do you think that's a real thing?
I know it's not a real thing.
Oh.
Money solves nothing. Money solves nothing. It might make you a little comfortable. It might make you
Comfortable and confident.
happy for that moment, but that is really, really, really it. I like to tell people that I am building a certain relationship with that you have to be with me whether I'm rich or whether we're under a tree eating salt, which is an old, thing that my grandmother used to say. But that means, for better or for worse, rich or for poor, the same thing. It just does not mean in a man and wife relationship. That's in everything and everywhere. Friendships, all kinds of relationships. We have to still stand by that rule. Money is definitely the root of all evil. So I could never think that money is never nothing to me. Nothing really impresses me unless you're saying I'm going to sit and talk to Jesus or Moses. But other than that, things like money could never impress me.
Because there are people in the crowd and they're looking, guys, you can clap for it. I mean, it's totally free. Like, they're looking like, And I'm thinking that same thing because guys, my motto is be honest. A lot of times, I think that. I do. I spend time thinking like, if I could just, and I fill in the blank, whether it's actual money tangible or it's something I need to get, but obviously would need money to get it, regardless whether it's a material thing or an actual amount of money. I'm like, if I got it, I'm good.
Well, we have to learn to self.
That's what I was going to ask you. How do we do that? How do we get to the point where we're learning now?
Once again, every single thing that we do in this world is an individual choice. No matter what.
Do we not have collectiveness?
Yeah, we have collectiveness, but in order for that collectiveness to work, each individual has to bring a certain amount of their own individual accountability and responsibility to the table in order for everybody to be able for it to work. It's not going to work any other way. So, you have to be able to have power within and know and really train yourself psychologically on how not to love material things. How not to, in anything, everything and anything in life is like that. If you want to be in a relationship with someone, you have to know and say to yourself, this is what I want. Not what you want. This is what I want. I had to say, I'm not going to love the Mercedes anymore. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to love the diamonds. I'm not going to love, so many material things, because as I got older, I started realizing that those things really don't mean anything to you. It's really, who you are, want to die, and they say, Nikki was a good woman. Right. That's about it. The people I work for, the people, the children that I service and things of the such. And that's really it. That's the only thing that's going to count. Money is not going to mean a thing.
Right. Because you can't take it with you.
No.
You can't take it with you.
And even if you spend it, you ain't going to be that happy. Once you spend it, what's the stuff going to really do for you if you have no one to share it with you? And sometimes that's even a problem. So, what? You can't win.
Wait. I was about to say, so you can't win for losing?
No, you can't win.
How many people in the audience?
Happiness is within. It's within. It comes from within.
Happiness is within.
Yes.
How many people in the audience really feel like either or? Or if you feel totally separate, let me know, because I will come over to you and you can definitely explain that to us. How many people feel like, A, if they had money, their problems would be solved? This is the part where you raise your hand.
You have to think about it for
a
moment. Yeah, you have to
and
think
then
about
B,
it.
how many people feel that if you could solve your problems, you would have the clarity of mind and body to make the money that you need?
Everybody's going to go with B? You have A or B?
A or B.
A or
Okay,
B?
guys, I'm hoping I went to B. I like that. I just learned something from you guys, and that is why this show is called Educating Angel. Because I just told you a minute ago, I do have a thing about material things. And you guys already know I made comments that I'm not very girly. So my material things aren't dresses, shoes, and wigs and shoes. No, they're food but no, not like just pizza and like extravagant food, like
lobster,
$75 a plate. Like, girl, you work a regular job.
Yeah.
No, I'm
you have to learn,
spend $20
you have to learn
at Starbucks.
and train yourself. You have to train yourself as an individual not to like those
these things.
So, just not to. You cannot.
Before we have to let you go be the amazing thing that you are, in the fight or flight, because I want to bring it back to that. That's where we are, conflict and fight or flight. That's where it comes in. I was saying earlier with another guest up here about communication.
Okay.
When you have poor communication, every time you engage with somebody, it's a debate. It's a debate. But when you have good communication, it's a conversation. Yeah. Right? If that is true, if you have good communication skills, it's a conversation, do we firmly believe that there is hope? And this might be a loaded question, but is there hope for society? I'm feeling a little nervous. about what's going on in the world today, about people's points of views. Social media lets you see how people really feel. There are so many more people in little boats that I was like, people don't feel like that. You don't feel like that.
Well, the world that we live in is such.
Do you think that that's a?
I mean, we live in a very serious. I mean,
you don't look hopeful.
You know, once again, I have to be honest. It still goes down to each individual at home. The hope has to come from the families. It has to come from the people. It has to come from the communities. You know, everybody coming together as a community, you know, and color should never be a problem or issue. That should be out the window. If people are not past that, I don't know what to say. But yes, we need to try to come together as a people because we are in a crisis situation.
Yes, I'm about to say, we're in a crisis situation.
We are in a crisis situation.
Even if you are listening to the news, your grandparents listen to the news, we are in a crisis situation because humans are acting less and less like human beings every day.
Right.
We are acting more and more like either robots or absolute animals. No in between.
Well, I like to say that I'm an alien, I'm a mutant, only because I'm a little different. I don't like to be involved. I like to think that I'm outside of the group. Any other mutants in the building? Oh, we have a few other mutants. Thank you, my fellow mutants. So then they understand me. You know, we're just a little strange and unusual, a little different, you know, and, you know, some people will look at us like we're strange, but we know that we're not really strange. We're just very different. So we see things a little differently.
And that's understandable, guys. Thank you so much for coming here to talk to us today and dropping so many gems in the water while you're sitting here, baby.
I am the multi-hyphenated, I like to call myself. Multi-hyphenated.
Yes. Oh, dashes.
Yes.
In case you guys don't know, hyphenation is dashes. Just so that everybody knows. I learned earlier this week some people don't know what the word acronym means. So I'm just going to float on by and start giving people information.
Education is imperative.
Very imperative, guys. So
imperative.
I am going to give us a nice small break, and we will be back in a few minutes. Guys, please help me in thanking Nikki Muhammad for coming to see us today. Hi guys, welcome back. And before we get out of here, I did want to talk about, you know, the growth of life because we were talking about so many other things, the confidence, the capability to communicate. And even though we all know, like I said when I was introducing her, that she is in fact a social worker and she does a lot of work with people who have mental illness, and shout outs to Mental Illness Month that absolutely just passed. You are also now helping and healing people in a completely different way and really opening doors for people, giving them an opportunity to live their dreams. So what is that about? Tell us about your company that you have outside of social work.
Well, my company is called Platinum Plus P Entertainment. It is a large company that consists of everything dealing with entertainment. I have a burlesque dance group. I have an iPod. You know, iPod, is it called?
Podcast. Look at you.
I'm sorry, I'm a little.
No, listen.
The kids call it.
Everything.
It's iPod.
Everything goes over my head. I'm an Android person. Oh, sorry, you have to edit that out.
New. The podcast, I'm on my second podcast, believe me, and then I'm like 5 radio shows.
Right. See, you know radio. Podcast, that's why you didn't have the term. I told you it's not the same.
Sorry, please forgive
Guys,
me.
It's not the same.
It's not
podcast
the same.
Is one thing, radio show is another thing.
I don't know anything about this new age stuff,
so
but I'm not ashamed.
Tell us what's your Instagram handle, because that's where you're going to be able to go and see all of what you have going on.
Okay, before I get to the Instagram, I don't want to forget the movies. They're very important. The Peter Shue movies that are coming out, for those of you, some people know who Peter Shue is and some people do not, but it's a movie that I'm shooting that'll be coming out soon. I'm also holding casting for that.
Yes.
Yes.
You are holding casting for that right now. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you very much.
She did come here from there. I know you guys noticed she walked in a little late, but that's where she was coming from.
Yes.
I just remember that right now.
Yeah, so we're having a movie to do the trailer for that and things of the such. But that's really it. That's about it. So my Instagram is Jean Gray. So all my fellow mutants, it's Jean Gray.
No, she's that serious about the
PPP 134, because I'm from Jamaica, Queens, Southside Jamaica, Queens, 134. Shout them out. Southside, we outside. That's right. That's where I'm from. Grew up. I'm from the same box. That's where I'm from. My Instagram is that. I also have the Platinum and Bobby Power Hour.
That is the Instagram for the podcast.
Yes, that's the Instagram for the podcast. And then
so
I have
my. So tune into that.
Yes, my Facebook is my name, Nikki Muhammad. So, and that's about it. I also have Facebook. You'll get all the connects when you go on Jean Grey. You'll connect to everything. Hopefully,
because we know that Instagram and Facebook are pretty much the same exact app right now, so nobody's going on
everybody
either.
Gets it. I hope everybody comes out. I'm going to have a Tonight Show. I'd like everybody to come out to, see us at the Tonight Show.
You're inviting us out, guys.
Yes, I'm inviting all of you to the Tonight
Show.
Party at Platinum's house.
Party at Platinum's house.
I hope everybody comes through. But thank you all. Thank you all for having me. Thank you.
Thank
I wish
you so much
the best.
for coming. Yes,
You're
hug
beautiful.
me, squeeze
I
me.
love you
You're
so
beautiful.
much. I wish you the best.
Girl, yes, hug, because girl power is really hard to get. We're kind of catty. And we're back for our final segment of the day. And guys, you've been rocking with me this whole time. Thank you so much. You guys are so dope. And I do mean dopington. I like to make up my own words because, come on. If Webster could do it, why not? I should be able to. They got a whole urban dictionary. I want to get one of my words in there. If you guys are looking for anything, dopington is out there. I'm good for that. It means it's a great time had by all. So feel free to put it in that dictionary. Just let me know if they have a little pay with that. I'm cool. I'm cool. It's cool. We'll be cool. So, confidence. I have to take a pause with that because I didn't always have self-confidence, but I do now. Mostly because, I have sisters and they're like, you better get with the program because people are going to love you as much as you love yourself. And if your love is low, so will everybody else's be. Now, it doesn't always work vice versa, which is kind of the trick there. Even when you love yourself a lot more, it tends to make people not like you as much. They think you're confident or too confident or arrogant or intimidating. But no love for self is far worse than too much love for self, okay? So just be okay with yourself and feel confident in the fact that you love yourself. And speaking of that, we're going to have an amazing, and actually a friend of mine come in and talk to us about having the confidence to continue to pursue all of his dreams and everything that he wants to do in life after his time in being incarcerated. Guys, please give a warm welcome to my guy, Young Roz over there.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? What's going on?
What's up, bro? See the mobility of the microphone?
Right.
I like it. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Everybody looks so nice today. I gotta think about clothes. I'm from Brooklyn. I gotta think about clothes. I like when the fit nice.
Right. You gotta make sure you dress the part.
You gotta make sure you dress. Sorry, y'all. So, tell us what it means to, be literally to be able to chase your dreams after you were incarcerated and just lost the hope of being able to fulfill your dreams.
Well, you gotta be confident because in life, a lot of times people let defeat stop them. And I feel like sometimes you gotta be defeated to learn how to win. And sometimes you gotta be stopped in order to learn how to keep on going. And I feel like for me, after going through what I went through with my incarceration, I had time to realize and learn that in order for me to be a champion at what I'm doing, I gotta strive, but I also gotta learn how to lose. I gotta learn how to be a loser and understand that this is not what I wanna be. You know what I mean? Sometimes we walk by a person that's on the streets that's homeless or something like that, and we'll be like, dang, some people look at like, oh, that boy homeless, but sometimes you gotta understand how he got there. You know what I mean? He might have been in a situation where he was being successful at what he was doing, and then to say, you know what, I can't do it, and I'm just gonna give up totally. Or he could have, or then you got somebody who was winning who could have been homeless and said, you know what, I'm not gonna give up. So for me, I had to realize that I didn't want to be homeless in my dreams. I didn't want to start something and be right here ready to reach the top of the mountain and then say, you know what, let me just let go and fall down and then commit suicide. Right. So it's important that for me to understand that it ain't no going backwards, it's only going forward.
Wait a minute now. I like that. Let's look right here and let's tell people right now. Ain't no going backwards, it's only going forward.
It's only going forward.
It's only going forward. How many people in the audience can agree with that? Oh, everybody. Look, you. Get lucky number three. Lucky number three. Gather them together. I only ask that because, I don't have a problem with confidence, as y'all can probably tell. I'm usually comfortable even when I'm not my whole entire self. I'm usually comfortable, but I like hearing that other people are really confident. I like that you are now free to do the things that you really want to do. So are you going to hit the ground running and just go after everything? 20 meetings in a day, 17 film sets to do, a bunch of music. Guys, the gentleman makes music. I was gonna let him get into that, but now that I've stumbled into it with all of my excess of wording,
right?
Are you ready to just cut loose and get it all?
I'm ready. I told myself when I was incarcerated that once I get released from prison that I was going to turn myself inside out and give it my all. And in order for me to give it my all, you got to turn yourself inside out. So I said that I can't stop myself from being a winner. Now, I mean, but one of the things that I did realize that I had to learn how to do is play team ball and build the perfect team. When LeBron James, he came in the league as being the person that was predicted to be the #1 star and to win all these championships rings. But as y'all can see, even with Michael Jordan, that it took him some time to actually reach the level that he is at right now because he had to build the perfect team and to be a better team player. Because as great as he was, he had to learn how to make everybody else around him great. So coming out, I'm giving it my all. I'm turning myself inside out. I'm building my team, and I'm making everybody around me better by instilling confidence in them as well, as not just being the person that's leading the pack and being confident, but I got to make sure everybody around me has that same type of confidence when they step on the field, when they step in the room, when they step in the building, wherever they at, they got to know. So for me, I just understand that while I'm out here now that I got to win. And when you put yourself in that type of mind frame, you're going to win. Because you less like being in the boxing ring or Floyd Mayweather. If Floyd Mayweather got into a ring and he was ready to box, if he told himself like, damn, this boy might kick my butt, he lost the fight before he actually even threw a first punch. You know what I mean?
Does anybody, and does anybody think, I don't, just so that you know, does anybody think that your mindset really dictates exactly what's gonna happen? Oh, I like y'all. I'm learning.
It does though, because
I like to think things and like think them through, but sometimes I can't tell the difference between thinking things into existence or speaking them into existence and just being extremely hopeful and not willing to see the possibilities or the realities in front of me. Like, I want to be able to fly without a plane. How realistic is that? I mean, in my mind, or I want to be able to punch hard in my dreams, because nobody can punch hard in their dreams.
You can't.
You get what I'm saying? That's a real mind over matter situation. I really try, y'all. I know y'all like, she crazy. I be in my dreams like, come on. It don't go nowhere. So I'm just saying, like, how hard is it to really tell yourself it's going to work and then make it work?
You got to talk to yourself. See,
but
for
is
me,
it hard?
It's not hard after you had that self-talk with yourself. See, I'm the type of person who will be like, go do it. What? They don't want you to win. Oh, they don't want you to do this. What you gonna do?
You DJ Khaled, they don't want you to
And I like to work out. Like, I tell myself before I do a set, get big and go lift the weights and do like that. So you got to talk to yourself. So
is that a man thing? Is that a man thing? Ladies, is that a man thing? They like, I don't know nothing about that. That must be a man thing. They like, no, I don't know nothing about that.
I talk to myself. I
like
motivate myself because you got to think about it. If you don't motivate yourself, you might be in a room where people don't want to motivate you or can't motivate you. So a lot of times for me, if I'm at a show, I'm at the performance, I'll be like, all right, Rise, you about to go out here on the stage, you about to shut it down. Now, I mean, pull your sword out. Now, I mean, it's a war. They don't want to see you to win, so go out here and slaughter them. So I talk to myself to make sure that I'm ready to get on the stage to kill it. Now, I mean,
I'm gonna
you
have to give myself some pep talks.
All right, Raj, you about to go sit on the couch with Brooke.
You about to go sit on the couch with Brooke, go kill it.
I mean, make sure you're ready.
My middle name is Brooke, guys.
I mean, so.
Well, I'm so glad that you could come here and really, and guys, he was definitely here for a while, sitting in the audience, being as enthusiastic as the rest of you. So I really enjoyed that you came up here to give us a taste of, you know, your absolute first-hand experience, because the people we spoke to are professionals. The young lady, even though her hair is pink, she really does. Yeah, seriously, because I know people are like, her hair is pink. But yes, no, in New York, people don't hold your hair being pink or having dreads against you when you go to work. So we're really lucky in that fashion. Everywhere in the world doesn't have those luxuries. So you told us, you know, that you were in fact in prison. So tell us, you know, how long you were in prison and when did you go away?
I did 9 years and 7 months. I actually went to prison when I was 17 years old, a juvenile, and, you know, I was someone who was sent to prison and spent my whole adult years in the prison. So I actually grew up in prison. I became a man in prison, you know, against, you know, opposed to being a boy when I went into prison. So now that I'm out here and you know, everything that I learned in the prison, I'm using those tools out here to be successful. You know.
I like that. And that's a big thing. Not just because he was literally in prison, but because, guys, think about what year it is now. And think about something this simple. 9 years and 7 months, right? Were there cell phones when he went to jail?
I actually had to learn how to use a cell phone when I came home.
You get what I'm saying? So it seems like, oh, that's unfortunate. But then you start thinking about it like 9 years and 7 months at what time frame? A lot has changed from like 2008, 9 to now. Cell phones are out. They went from being pages and cell phones in 2 ways to, and that's just one aspect. Now there's Netflix. Now there's apps.
Right.
I actually had a friend who also wasn't in jail for very long, but he went in jail when he was young. So when he came out 6 years ago, he was like, "We're beepers." I'm like, "What beeper? What beeper?" He like, "My beeper." I'm like, "I don't even live in that apartment no more.
Right.
I don't know where your beeper at. I don't know nobody down at beeper." It took me so long to realize what our conversation was really about. That time had stood still for him, and it kept going for everybody else. So for 9 years and 7 months, we like, which iPhone I'm gonna get? He's like, "What's an iPhone?"
I really did feel that way. I was like, man, give me that phone that flip. They like, no, this is not what we're doing no more. You know what I mean? You need the phone right here that talk to you.
You need the phone right here that talk to you. Imagine going to your car, Siri X7, all that. You like, if this is not iRobot, if this is not iRobot, son, and imagine what's gonna happen in 10 more years. So I just wanna thank you so much for sharing that bit of personal
Thank you for having me.
information with us and letting us have a moment of really talking about, you know, something real. Because we talk about real things all day.
Gotcha.
But that's a real thing. And I told y'all in the beginning, like I keep saying, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. So I'll make sure everybody that comes up here is honest with us too. So thank you so much for being here with us, man. Tell us where we can find you out on the gram. Mind you, his following is crazy though. I'm just gonna
Y'all can
let you
follow
know.
me on Instagram, The Real Young Rise, DAREALYOUNGROS, The Real Young
Why
Rise.
is it real? Did somebody steal your name? I always
There's
want
a
to
lot
know
of-
when it's real and little, like you know who it is, I don't know who it is, so stop saying I know who it is. And why is it the real if it's only one of you?
Because people always imitating the truth. Know what I mean? So I'm real.
Your
People
name
steal
is
my name.
enlightening. Your name
steal
is
my
enlightening.
name.
There's a
People
message with
steal
the
my
name.
swag. People
It's
steal
not
the
my-
message.
No,
Everything
no
you just
stealing
steal.
nothing of yours.
Know what I mean?
You know what? That's a part of confidence, okay, guys? Knowing what it is, the real, even though it's just me, I'm just letting you know in case somebody else, they're the fake ones. So we wanna thank everyone who was here today. We wanna thank every single person that came on the show to talk, and we wanna thank you all from the bottom of all of our heart chambers, which would be 4. I learned that last episode. So yeah, I wasn't here for that.
Educating
But it was a
angel.
doctor here. It was a doctor here. I learned that the last
Educating angel.
episode. But thank you guys so much for being here with us today. I can't say it enough. And if there's something that you don't know, please, please, please find out. It's no stupid questions. You should want to know. You should want to be educated. That's why we're educating angels, so that I can learn things, you can learn things, and together we can communicate, have confidence, be complimentary in everything that we're doing to ourselves and each other, and to really, really learn that human reaction does not have to be impulsory. It can definitely be something you think about, feel it out, bring your brain and your heart with you everywhere you go. Okay, guys? I love you. So love me back, baby. Oh my goodness. And this lovely, lovely, lovely young lady next to me is Victoria, and she's going to be singing something that she has made all on her own. All right?
Thank you so much. Hi, my name is Victoria Anastasia. I just moved to New York to pursue my career as being a singer. So I just turned 18 years old, and this song I actually wrote about my first love. So, but we don't need to get into that. That was, you know. Anyways, my Instagram is It's Victoria Anastasia, ANASTASIA. And then all my other social medias are just my name, Victoria Anastasia. Thank you. Lately I've been thinking about your eyes. You wouldn't know how much I try. I just gotta take my time, even if you're on my mind. 'Cause I want you in my life, keep you by my side. Gotta take some time to know what's on my mind, and I keep trying you. You're just being you, dragging me towards you. always telling me all that energy must be. I love your face and I love your smile. I wanna keep you for a long, long while. I think this may be meant to be. Just give me time, but don't set me free. 'Cause I want you in my life. I keep you by my side. Gotta take some time to know what's on my mind. And I keep trying you. You're just being you, dragging me towards you. Always telling me all that energy must be. Na 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 na. Yeah, must be. Na 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 na. Yeah, must be. 'Cause I want you in my life. I keep you by my side. Gotta take some time to know what's on my mind. And I keep trying you. You're just being you, dragging me towards you. Always telling me all that energy must be. 'Cause I want you in my life. I keep you by my side. And I keep trying you. You're just being you, dragging me towards you. Always telling me all that energy must be true. Thank you.
I only give you one arm because I don't want to do any feedback with the other. That was breathtaking. Thank you so much for being here with us, guys. Was that not amazing? That was super awesome. Thank you so much. You guys have all of her Instagrams. You have all of, like, there's more than one. You have all of her social media, so you know where to find her. And in case you're looking for me, I am Brooke Davis on every single platform, and that's because it's my middle name, and you just be happy about it. But thank you so much for being here with us today on Educating Angel, and we cannot wait to have you back. You guys have a great time. Thank you.